Y'all, like Jen's mama is mad disrespectful. Like I wasn't even expecting it, y'all. I had to clutch my pearls when I saw that scene. Hey everyone, it's Sharonda from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Claw Season 2, Episode 2, Cracker Casserole, okay? So, there is a lot that happened in this episode, so I'm going to have to refer to my notes because there was just a lot going on. So we see at the beginning of the episode, we see that Desmond is getting her read on, and she is reading this Kremlin Connection book. I still need a copy of it. And then she's reading a specific chapter that says that risk is a dick. Write it, okay? I'm just quoting what the name of the chapter was. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But she decides to do what Zalta told her at the end of the last episode, and she told her that Jen needs to give up the house because Desna needs to live like the boss that she is. And so she goes to Jen's house, and we see that Jen's mom is in town, and for some reason Jen's mom just can't seem to get Desna's name right. She called her Deirdre. She called her something else towards the end of the episode. I was just like, why your mama so petty, Jen? I just don't even understand, because you're not even that petty. So basically they come to an agreement that Desmond and Dean are going to move into the house with Jennifer so that her and her kids do not have to move out. Her mama is basically against all of this. You need to tell Desna or Dedrica, wherever her name is, that her and her brother can't live here. You need to be worried about getting your marriage back on track. And that is why Jen's mother is here. She is here to try to save the marriage between Bryce and Jen. But the only problem is, at this point, Jen had to find out from Bryce that he saw the video of her smashing the rabbi, okay? So Bryce not having it. He called her a piece of ish. He left. He was just like, I don't want nothing to do with you. So in the meantime, Bryce, Uncle Daddy, and Roller are trying to figure out a way how to take out the Russians. At this point, they had to give all of their assets up to the Russians, which allowed Zalta to make Desna give up her house, make Jennifer give up her house to Desna. And so they're trying to figure out a way to get some information on them so they can figure out how to take them out. And basically, first of all, Roller, how you gonna tell someone, y'all, we gotta be smart, and then he gonna say tomato, he gonna say potato, tomato? I was just like, that's not how you say it, Roller. But Bryce decides to put Roller to work and tells him that he needs to bug the room so they can try to figure out what the Russians' operations are, who are they getting their drugs from, so they can figure out a way to take them down. So in the meantime, Polly is over here in her little madame. She's like coaching the guys on how to be Magic Mike dancers. And we see her giving them their names. What did she call? She called one of them Sweetback and Double XL. And we see that Virginia is still struggling with the fact that she's pregnant. And how does she tell Desna? And Quiet Ann sees that she's struggling with this. And she just tells her like, hey, you gotta rip the Band-Aid off. You have to tell her. Like, you cannot keep this a secret. And so for some reason, I don't know why Virginia thought it would be a good idea to tell Desna in front of everybody. Maybe because she felt like Desna was going to kill her, but Desna still started chasing her. She choked her out. Like, what were you thinking? She was like, you not even clean, girl. She was like, what you mean? She was like, girl, you be giving happy endings behind the Steak and Shake. And I was just like, ooh, Desna, you was really coming for her. And so she basically just tells her, like, I'm not okay with this. You need to figure this out. Like, how dare you put my brother's life at risk just because, like, you was getting around with everybody last season, and now all of a sudden you in love with Dean. But I think their relationship is super duper cute. And then Virginia tells Desna that they've already decided that they were going to have an abortion. And so Desna is against this as well, because she was just like, so you guys are in love, but you get an abortion? Like, this makes no sense. And I can't believe that Dean will be the person to basically come up with this idea. And so they have this argument between Desmond goes to confront Dean, and she basically is like, why did I not find out from you and I had to find out from Virginia? And Dean is just like, but you still haven't told me about your connection with the Russians, how you're still making bad life choices, so you can't be saying anything to me right now. And I have to say that if he does not get an Emmy for his performance as Dean, like, we're gonna have to start like a little riot. We're gonna have to lead a march to the Emmys office, just like, y'all, you gotta give him like what he deserves. At least give him a nomination, because what he does with his character, and then even the things that he says, and he just be preaching, y'all. He be preaching to us, and I just love Dean. And so we see that Desmond asks Dean, like, it's the reason that you want this abortion is because you're afraid that you know, biologically that you're going to pass something on to your child. And then we see that Dean runs off and he runs away. Now, what I would have to commend the writers on this is the talk that they had in regards to abortion. They had this scene where they had women from different perspectives, women who were just like, this is against God to have an abortion, or people saying that they have the right to have a choice. And then even Quiet Ann's story on how she got pregnant at a young age and her parents basically forced her to have the child, and she got attached to the child, and one day she came home and her parents had shipped her daughter off to California. She never saw her child again, and I was not expecting that. I was like, man, that is super crazy. So I really applaud the writers for giving the different backgrounds on what women go through before it even becomes like having the choice to do what you want to do with your body, but even the repercussions of having children at a young age, or even going into, you know, the Dean and Desmond's backstory of them being foster children and him being sexually abused as well. So I really want to commend the writers for talking about that. So now let's get back to Roller. So Roller is being sneaky. So he was messing with his little teenage bride, and for some reason, I don't know why she was drinking Yahoo afterwards, but it was just too much. Then she tried to tell him, like, I got Call of Duty. Now I can't even hate on her, because when I was younger, in my early 20s, I decided I was gonna have a man cave, and I was just gonna have, if I got food and I got myself and then I got a PlayStation with some Call of Duty, then my man ain't gonna never leave me. But that never worked, y'all. And it's not gonna work for the teenage bride with Roller, because he don't like her. And so we see that Roller goes into Zalta's office, and he's trying to like plant a recording device, and he gets caught by Zalta as her and Desna are having this conversation, because Desna took Zalta to the clinic to see how the clinic works. And Zalta basically told her, like, hey, y'all need to get y'all stuff together. There's not enough foot traffic coming in here. I'm trying to open up like several more clinics by the end of the year. I'm trying to expand this business. And then she tells her, like, hey, do you know that Black women entrepreneurs are like on the rise right now, and how the man tries to keep us down, and that you are a god? But I think she meant goddess, but she be getting her words mixed up, because you know she Russian and she don't be knowing all the real lingo. And so she was just trying to uplift her. I was like, yes, Zalta, uplift Desna. Let her know that she is a beautiful Black boss woman, okay? And she is running things. And so she tells her, basically, get this together, figure out a way to bring in more traffic. And so Desna decided she's going to do a commercial. She's going to come up with a commercial to get more people to come in. And so we see that Dr. Ken, he was really struggling with his lines, y'all. Jen, she decided that she was going to try to say she went to college. We know you didn't go to college, girl. And then Ken is struggling, and Desmond comes up with this plan to use Polly's dancers, and they create this video that I didn't even know that I needed until I watched it. But having them dance to Good Vibrations, talking about pain, just dancing around, I was like, y'all did that, okay? That's how you turn lemons and you make some lemonade. So they had people coming in, had more foot traffic. Zalta was happy, everybody else happy. Like, we good to go. But in the midst of all of this, we got to talk about Jen's disrespectful mother. But first, before we get into her disrespect, she did drop some gems when she made that cracker casserole for Bryce. And she told people, like, you need to read the back of the Ritz boxes for these recipes. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. But we see that she goes to Bryce's house after she helps Jen get her outfit together for her little square dancing dose thing that she doing with the rabbi, even though she told the rabbi she's not messing with him no more. So her mom goes to try to help get Bryce back. And then we see that Jen has a panic attack while she's in the middle of the little dancing competition with the rabbi. And when she walks to go to Bryce's house to find him after Uncle Daddy and Roland were meeting with the Haitian, sorry, I know I keep calling him the Haitian from Heroes, Dr. Greg, whatever his name is, y'all. We see that Jen walks in on Bryce with another woman, but it's not another woman, it's Jen's mama. Jen's mama was getting busy with Bryce. I was just like, no, you didn't. You were so disrespectful. I can't believe you would do this to your daughter. And so then Jen did what anybody else probably would have did, just in shock. She started beating her mama. So she started beating her mama. Then Desmond come in and she tried to go break it up. Then the mama hit her. Then Desmond jumped in. Everybody else jumped in. Everybody fighting each other. Toby come in with this ridiculous little kinky costume on, try to break them up. And then Uncle Daddy and Roller break them up. And it's just a lot. And so I just don't know how she's going to deal with that. And do you even want to be with Bryce? Like, I get you messing with another woman, but her mama, like, you were nasty. You just nasty. I can't believe you. But I need to figure out what is Dr. Greg's plans, okay? So we see that he takes a call from Desmond. She's trying to make up when she had to run out before on their date, and we see that he's having this talk with Roller and Uncle Daddy about what they found out about their connections, because Roller actually did get information that the Russians are actually getting their drugs from the Colombians. And so he has a plan, but I just don't know what his plan is, and I don't know why he's keeping Desmond in the dark as to who he actually is. But I think that's pretty much everything. We see that Dean and Virginia, they got engaged. I thought it was super cute. He had the little ring pop. And then when she cursed that lady out when she walked out of the abortion clinic, I was just like, the writers, y'all was on it. Y'all was on it this episode. I had to watch it 2 times just to kind of get everything from Dalton messing up the little key American catchphrases and Roller's comment. And even with Virginia, I was just like, kudos to you guys. You gave me all my life because I had a rough day and you guys just brought my spirits back up. Okay, so let me scroll through my notes. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything, but I think I got everything this time, guys. But as always, I think I got everything. So as always, my name is Sharonda from Pay or Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you soon.